Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Bookia Live Chat Show. As usual, my name is Alberta. I'm your host for today. As I mentioned as well, this is the third episode that we've done so far on these shows for Bookia, as well as all our audience knows that we've been going with the shows for Get Hitched and Evently now since April, May. And I want to say thank you to our audience and everyone that has been watching the shows, putting in your comments, your feedback. I really, really appreciate it. And all the team here at Get Hitched, Evently and Bukia also does. Our guest for today, his name is Dylon Dimech. He is the manager, one of the managers at the Onda Blu Restaurant in Malta, together with Kate Testa, who's a manager / owner, one of the owners over there. We want to talk about the dining experience at the restaurant, the setup, how they greet, they take care of their clients, and with focus as well on the food, their own wines. They have a selection that they also bring themselves. But the food is the main aspect. Like if you want to dine out and get the great seafood dish together with it, they have other options, but I think with seafood, they really excel. So I'm looking forward to this show. In the meantime, I am going to invite Dylon in. We've talked about the wine, we've talked about the experience, the food, and the menu. Issa, with regards to the experience, when someone is coming to eat there, I know you're trying to execute a service level every single time. So how do you do this for every different guest?
So now we are more capable to do it because we have, we are creating more clients that are repeat. So
Okay.
it's like who comes here knows who we are, knows our stuff. So it's like more of a family. We try, obviously, when we are here and people are coming and it's very busy, you have to give the service in a certain way. Of course, it's like a fine dining, but we don't want to make it look that we are very fine and you have to act accordingly. We try to keep it relaxed. People enjoy. We take care of everything. Our staff are always attentive that nothing is missing on the table. For example, if a client orders a soup, you will have the spoon ready there before the soup comes. So these small details that make your dining experience much better.
Okay, all right, okay. And like we're on the subject with service, it's key. So a lot has happened in 2020. How are you keeping your whole team motivated to continue delivering this service, this ethic of between the team?
It has been a big challenge, as we all know. So we have sanitizers everywhere. So when you're coming in, on the bar, in the kitchen, every time we go on a table, coming back with the plates, we wash our hands so that the next customer is still safe on the other table, so we don't mix with the clients. We change napkins on the tables regularly, so there's no extra germs that are still on the table. Once clients leave the restaurant, we change all the clothes and we wash the tablecloths every day. Where before there was like a paper napkin and we only remove the paper napkin. Now we remove everything and we sanitize the chairs, tables, and everything. We wash cutlery in hot water and we clean it then with the sanitizer also.
Okay,
so
all right.
We're taking great precautions because we don't like that someone comes here and then he gets infected and maybe has a doubt that he was infected from our restaurant, because it's not something nice, and I think it's something that could drive our business down also. So it's something that we take great care of.
I appreciate that you've put out all the points that you guys have been taking on, to execute every different level, so that, of course, you want to keep yourselves on good grounds after the last few months. I mean,
of course.
How have the last few months been for you?
It has been very tough. I think who runs a restaurant, this 2020 is the year where we hope that we are still afloat. No one will make a profit, obviously. We ourselves, we are happy if all the stuff is paid and all the expenses are paid. And I think the company for this year won't make a profit. But if we manage to stay alive, in brackets, it would be already a plus. And then we have to take it on from next year.
Very
For
good.
this year, we have to say, we have to keep in mind this, and we cannot go further. It's very difficult because without tourists in Malta, we know that our main source of income in the Maltese island are the tourists, and with us being with a restaurant, it's a big problem. So we know that Maltese come to eat, and we are very happy having Maltese, and they are very good people, and we like having Maltese. But for a big business, a big restaurant to go on and make profit, it's not enough.
Mishak,
We need also
your
the
business
other
model
part.
is targeted to attract both audiences, both the
Exactly.
Maltese and the foreigners coming to Malta. So when you're missing half of it,
It's quite a big lump, you know. So there's nothing we can do at the moment.
Exactly. No, I mean, we can just keep our hopes up. People are still going out. The government vouchers did give a bit of a boost. I don't know if
Helped a lot.
you've... Yes, you have.
It helped a lot
طيب.
because people were. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but the Maltese people, they think the way that if they have got the vouchers, let's go and spend them, enjoy a good meal, and we
Might
don't
as
care.
well.
I would say we just go. You can see it now because on the first month we were really busy, even during the week. Now that everyone has spent his vouchers, we went quiet again. So hopefully, maybe I heard a word or two that the voucher is gonna be given again, and that would be a really big plus for us.
I did hear the same as well, and it was mentioned as well in certain news feeds that it might happen again.
We'll
I guess we have to wait for what they're going to say in the budget of October or something like that to really know. I really do think, however, I mean, because I've seen different comments on Facebook, and a lot of people have been stating, you know, about these vouchers and everything. I think it was great that the government issued them specifically for use in restaurants and not just giving basically €100 back, because in reality, you know, you're getting
€100 done that way, it wouldn't have worked for sure. Because like this, people were constrained to spend them in certain places.
Exactly. So at least you're going in to help the industries that really struggle, that could not operate. I mean, yes, you can do a takeaway setup or a delivery setup, but it does not come even close to setting up.
We didn't do a takeaway setup because we think that our menu, our cuisine will get ruined until it will arrive to anyone's home or to anyone's place. And we didn't want for someone to order from us a takeaway, and then when it arrives home and they say, look, Onda Blu have messed up, you know. So it's better we kept a bit low, and we know that the name of Onda Blu represents a certain type of cuisine and a certain high level of standard, you know. So we didn't go for the takeaway because I won't believe a plate of pasta will arrive after 20 minutes to your home and you will eat it the same after 30 seconds.
I don't believe in pasta on delivery or takeout, unfortunately. Just straight and plain pasta, no. And fish is a bit of a touchy point as well.
Play with fish because it's very dangerous. If there's something raw and maybe a client won't eat it today and eat it after 2 hours and he will leave it outside, it would give food poison, and we don't want to be the restaurant to blame. So we said it's better stay off from that.
I think the only way I've managed to do so is if I don't trust anyone, so I'd actually have to go to the restaurant myself and pick it up, like, please, listen, I really want that dish, but you know, I just want to pick it up. Like that I have done, but I am the delivery person, so I know exactly what has happened from leaving the kitchen to my table at home. I do know a few restaurants that have done the delivery and the setup. It has not really, I mean, it just basically gave a person things to do. I know restaurants as well that have changed their menu and so on. They're all different methods to try and keep afloat or, you know, your mind of things.
During the time that the restaurants were closed, everyone was trying to do something, at least to get some income to pay the staff. That was it.
If you can cover 10% instead of 0%, it's better than nothing.
You can blame no one. It was a really bad situation throughout the world, so everyone was trying to do something to make things happen.
Yes.
To at least keep on going forward. bit by bit, slowly.
Yes. I do hope that the government does reissue some kind of incentives for restaurants, especially now for October and
We hope so.
November.
We hope so.
December, we know people like to go out, it's
December,
Christmas
I won't
time.
agree. But if they will do it until November or else in January,
Yes.
it would be a big plus because hotels and restaurants, January, February would be dead.
November, January, and February, I think, are the quietest months.
Exactly.
Because everyone is sort of either preparing for Christmas or trying to recover.
Exactly. Those are the words.
I'm one of those people that after Christmas, I'm on recovery mode.
Same as me. Same as me.
I have ventured a bit off the questions for you, but I know this is a subject that I do want to come out and have people listen to the side of a restaurant for people to understand what the restaurant is going through and not just see what people comment on Facebook, because sometimes it can be too easy.
It's very hard work.
Yes.
When you go to eat in a restaurant and you get presented with a plate, there's a lot of work behind it. It's not something which is done really easy.
Of course. And you guys have taken all the precautions. You still have all this stuff. So, I mean, again, I'm going to say it as I said in the beginning, well done to you and all the team.
Thank you.
I'm going to get back into the questions. So I'm coming back in. And basically one of my, in fact, actually, before I put in, I do want to put this comment up you have from Ben Vincenti, who says, stay strong, Dylan, and to all the team. So thank you, Ben. One of the things that I wanted to ask is, what's the hot item that sells at your restaurant at the moment?
So the thing that we like to have is you will tell me it's the same thing you said before, but we depend mostly on the fresh fish arriving daily. How I said before, this week, we had these local lobsters. Yesterday evening, they brought us some really nice red snappers caught in Malta, and we are doing them today, al cartoccio and al sale. It's covered. The al sale one is covered in salt and oven baked. And the al cartoccio, it's with white wine, cherry tomatoes, olives and capers. We try to push what's very fresh daily.
Very good.
Also, we have this local fish is coming every day. Now we have how I can say it. Some people would say, but it's always the basic ways of cooking. But the food can change very much. So you'll never have the same thing over and over again. It's always something new.
You wouldn't even know beforehand, like what's coming in? Like they wouldn't tell you, listen, I think we're going to bring you some nice type 1, type 2, type 3 fish.
Because we never know what's getting caught in the net.
Exactly. And something as well I wanted to ask is, as soon as you get the delivery of all the different items that you have fresh, do you post these somewhere for people to know?
We post daily, but we don't actually post the raw fish. We post daily, but if I know that I have some red snapper, I will post a red snapper which is cooked. So I'm putting in the mind of the client that, look, it's a nice red snapper, man. So if we go there, we can find that type of fish.
Very
because
good.
A lot of people don't like the fish raw. They like it to find it cooked and the plate ready. So we mostly post cooked items instead of raw. Okay, sometimes let's say Sunday, Saturday, we have a very nice big fish display, which obviously is loaded more with fish because we have more bookings. Because during the week we keep it a bit low, so that we don't have to throw away fish for nothing. We don't put a lot of fish there, because after 2-3 days in the display, you will throw the fish away. You cannot sell it to clients. So we on the weekends we like to post the fish display where you can see all the raw fish that we have daily.
Again, I'm going to tell everyone to look at your Facebook page to see these displays because they're very well executed as well. As I'm a person that doesn't like to look at raw fish, but I enjoyed looking at this display.
Thank you very much.
I am the one like that client that you mentioned that, yes, it's better for me to see the fish cooked and ready rather than the other way around. I am going to put up another comment for you, Dylan, here from Jonathan at Sopardi. Hi, Jonathan. I'm going to read it out because it's not going to fit all on the screen for you. Respect to all the restaurant owners who are doing their utmost to keep their business afloat whilst making sure they keep providing a high level of service.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Very good comment.
So we've covered quite a few of the questions. So I'm going to be going in now. How can people book here?
Okay.
So how can
So
people book at Onda Blu?
Our main booking system is from Facebook. A lot of people send us messages on Facebook. We try to respond really quick to them. Also through Bookia. We are having a lot of bookings coming in from Bookia. And obviously by phone, because some of the people will look up the page on Facebook and then will call directly, because a lot of Maltese people like to call just to be sure that the booking is confirmed.
Yes.
Maybe through Facebook we'll have younger people booking through Facebook, but a lot of clients also call directly to us, and maybe even to specify which table they want, or if they would like to stay inside or outside.
There's a difference in generation, different as well in relationships that you have based with your customers as well.
Exactly.
But yes, I do see that the younger generation do book a lot online through Facebook and other mediums. Having said that, I've seen a generation of 40, 50-year-olds, for example, or 60-year-olds coming to Bookia and managing to use the online booking system.
It's very simple, very straightforward, and for us it's even very good, because once you get the booking, you can even accept the booking or reject it if you're full. So it's a very good system you have here, and we're quite happy that we're part of it.
Thank you. Super cool. I was going to ask you what your experience, how has your experience been on Bookia? We seem to have covered that.
A good feature you're using, and I think it's good that all the restaurants are there, because even one client which want to book a restaurant, he can go straight to Bookia and he can choose all the restaurants from there instead of going from one page of Facebook to the other one. It's all there, and then he can choose directly through Bookia.
Yeah, something as well that we've been working on, and for example, you're trying to book on a Saturday night, and for example, my first preference is Onda Blu, but you're fully booked. So if I'm going through call, all of a sudden I'm demotivated. They're fully booked, and I'm trying my second restaurant. And I've been in scenarios where, for example, before we went forward with Bookia, where I've called 10 different restaurants on a Friday or a Saturday night, and I found them fully booked, even pre-COVID.
That's our biggest problem, eh?
So, and what I think that the most part that affects me is that memory of how unhappy I am as soon as I end the call. They're fully booked. Something now
even
that we're
from
working.
our side, that we are rejecting clients, because it's not something that we do it happily, and unfortunately people will start repeat customers will tell you, but it's me, try to put me in, but if you don't have any place, there's nothing you can do.
Exactly. So now what we're working on, we've already started it even in person. So let's say if I have a preference to book, I don't know, a particular restaurant, and they're fully booked. So the system notifies me as a user that it's fully booked. I will actually be contacted through phone. Manually, I will be asked, for example, 3 different preferences of restaurants, so that we can make that process to change where I'm not demotivated because the restaurant I wanted is fully booked, but I've changed, and I've managed to find somewhere else. So that memory does not remain. It's good for the restaurant that was fully booked. It's good for the user. It's good for everyone all around, because you're remaining on a good experience. There's a lot of things that Ben and John have been working on, different ideas. They've executed everything super well, the whole team here. But I'm glad you're happy with the experience. Very glad.
Yes, sure.
I know as well certain people had asked about your restaurant work, so I'm super happy about it. Would you recommend Bookia to your friends, your family?
Sure, of course. It's good for us as a restaurant, and it's good for a client, because through Bookia, how I said already before, you can find all the restaurants there, and you don't have to go around and maybe trying to think of a restaurant. You will go just straight to Bookia and you will find everything straightforward there. Super. It's good for everyone, I think. It's an amazing application.
Agreed. Amazing. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm down to the last 2 questions for you, Dylon. If you have any advice for our audience and specifically even for your clients.
Advice. It's a difficult timing. We try to take things lightly, although it's a big problem for all the world. when booking a restaurant, sometimes you have to understand if it's full or if they don't accept you, that they wish to do so. They wish to accept you, so it's not something they're doing happily. And hopefully we'll get over this as quick as possible. So we'll go back to our normal life once again, hopefully soon.
Super. No, agreed 100%. I do also want to put in a message for everyone watching the show as well. If you're having second thoughts about your booking, or perhaps, you're uncertain about everything, and maybe you want to cancel your booking, do let the restaurant know.
Please do so, yes. This is a big problem for us, and at the moment, since we have restricted capacity, sometimes we have tables that don't show up. It's a pity that clients don't call. It's only a call away. If you call us and you tell us that you can't come, nothing is going to happen, no problem. But you will help us a lot, because if it's Saturday or Sunday and I lose a table of 10 people, the only time that we can make some money, we are losing money. So please don't do that to any restaurant, because it's something really, really, really bad, and it's useless. Because just to call and say I would like to cancel the booking, I would be more happy
something has come up, I'm sorry,
to do so than just not calling at all and just don't show up.
Exactly. I mean, I'm happy to say that I haven't seen this happening through Bookia, but I do know it's a big problem for restaurants in general, because, I mean, if you have a booking reserved, but then you have a walk-in coming in at 7:30, listen, you have a table free, you're obligated to say no, because you have this booking coming in at 8:30.
The table remains empty.
And then you end up with that heartbreak of this table, you're just watching it empty, I'm sure. I mean, because there's a lot of preparing, even just for you and the team. You're looking at your bookings, you're saying, okay, great, we're going to put this table there, that table there. These guys, we know.
When we are fully booked, we have to increase the staff. We have to order more food. So there's a whole operation is going on. So a table of 10 that don't show up will give you more damage. It's not just they don't come and you won't make any money, but you have extra stuff, extra food, so everything is wasted,
Yeah. How long before are you getting fully booked for a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday?
I think since COVID hit, we have been always booked full on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Because Maltese people tend to go out on the weekends,
Yes.
So everyone
but
happens
is it something that
time.
I call on Friday and will find availability for a Saturday, or I need to call on a Wednesday or a Thursday to find availability?
You have to call on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Because we're getting full quite easily now. Since we have to accept only 80 to 90 people.
Yeah.
If I had the capacity of before of 140 people, then yes, I would have any place left until Friday. But now with 80 people booking, it's a bit of a problem for us.
Of course. We're coming to an end. I know it's a pain. It's difficult. But at least 90 is better than nothing.
Exactly.
So again, looking at the positive, I mean, at least because I've worked in the industry when I was younger, and I think the biggest plus that I used to enjoy actually working in the industry is getting to speak to each different person, and then getting your regular clients, where they come back, they learn who you are, you learn who they are, so you
become
know what
like
type
friends
of food
more than
they
clients.
like. Exactly.
Exactly.
And I used to enjoy getting ready to go Saturday, where you have X amount of tables pre-booked, and there's this excitement going through.
It's always like a rush.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, without looking at the time, then it's 11 o'clock and the kitchen is stopping and you're like, okay, wow.
Everything passed smoothly.
No, it's a very nice industry to work in. I used to love it when I was younger. I am going to come to a close on the show. Dylon, my last question for you today is, what about your next moves? What you guys have planned now?
So at the moment, we're planning for Christmas. We have done nice set menus for groups, even for big groups. We have nice set menus changing from 35 to 60, depends what the clients want. And then we have also beverage packages to include, which you can, if it's a group of 10 people, 20 people, Obviously, we are making them 2 separate tables because the maximum is of 10 people on each table.
Okay.
But then they have the the drinks packages, which is included, and they have like an open bar while eating. So we are planning on this. We're gonna try to target a lot of companies. So maybe we'll give a bit of a boost to the restaurant in the festive season. When everyone wants to go out, they want to have their Christmas stuff party, stuff dinner. So we're pointing to that now.
Very good, very good. I have already seen people starting to book for Christmas period, small tables and large tables.
If someone is interested, also by end of this week we will have all the set menus on our Facebook page, so they can have a look, and then they can contact us, and we can change to the client specification. So it doesn't mean that what's written there it has to be and remain like that. We can change anything there.
Tayyeb. Something I am going to recommend to the audience watching, if you guys want to book the restaurant for the Christmas period, do book now. Halli, then you sort the finer details later, but if you're going to try and book in November, December, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 10 times harder than last year.
You have to block the date because else there won't be any place.
I know people that book the Christmas from the year before. On that day,
we have some
you can book it for next year.
Yes, we have some booked already.
So, but even the last 2 weeks, I've been seeing people preparing for Christmas booking. So I would definitely recommend it so that people, again, are not disappointed, especially if you're watching this show and you want to book for Christmas at Onda Blu. I mean, go for it. Give Dylon a call.
It's our pleasure to having you.
Taiba. You have any final words for us, Dylon, today?
I think we hope that we continue doing what we are doing and even improve. We are always trying to improve the service for our customers. I would like to thank you for having us on your program, and very well done to Bookia, because on the little bit that there is now, it's still helping us. We hope then when tourists will start coming back, Bookia would be another option for the tourists also, and they will start booking more through Bookia.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Dylon, and I'm sure all the team does. We have seen already foreigners that are based in Malta or have traveled here and have actually used the system and have actually given us positive feedback on it. I do appreciate it coming from your end, specifically as a restaurant, because that is, for me, one of the best. You always get the user reviews. They show you, they want to show their love and their appreciation. But when you see it from the side of the restaurant, then there's a certain appreciation for it. So thank you. Thank you again to Keith for everything, for the setup, for accepting the invitation.
He's busy with clients at the moment.
It's fine. I can actually see him walking from
some walking around, yes.
Because the aquarium is reflecting a little. But I mean, that's a wrap. I am going to remove you from the stream now. I'm just going to end the show. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you soon, Dylon.
Thank you.
There you have it, guys. This was episode 3 of the Bookia Live Chat Show with Onda Blu Restaurant based in Malta. We had Dylon Dimech, who is manager together with Keith Testa, who's also the owner, one of the owners at the restaurant. They focus on seafood specialities with a menu that changes very frequently depending on the fisherman's catch. I think they've done very well with the experience that they offer, the food, the service. I think it's executed from start to finish, and I definitely recommend visiting this restaurant. They are on Bookia.mt as well, that you'd find them on Facebook and on Google and so on. For everyone watching the show, I'd like to say thank you again for using Bookia.mt, for watching our programs, and for believing in us and the whole team here at Get Hitched, Eventia and Bookia. We've now reached over 200 restaurants on the platform, so we're very happy. Restaurants both in Malta and Gozo. We are looking into releasing new updates constantly for you guys. So I look forward to seeing you again soon and continue showing everything else. See you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.